usual for opposition leaders to visit chancelleries in Europe ahead of an election?
It's not that usual. It's indicative of an opposition leader who fancies their chances of winning the next election, because what I think this really tells us is that Keir Starmer is starting to introduce his Project PM Starmer. He's starting to present himself as a likely candidate to be in office next year. There's the kind of received wisdom in British politics that in order to win a general election, you have to appear prime ministerial. And one of the main things that you can do to do that is tour European capitals overseas and meet important leaders, especially in a context where in recent history, British leaders have not always been welcome in the Elysee Palace or other halls of power in Europe.
Yeah, you make mention of perhaps a political opportunity here. He might be looking at the polls because there is some suggestion that the opinions about Brexit have sort of slumped in recent months. Is there enthusiasm within the red wall seats that Keir Starmer would need to win to become Prime Minister for reopening the negotiation?
So Labour's Brexit position is a calculated gamble which tries to balance the interests of its core voter base, which is generally very pro-European, typically more affluent and based in southern seats, with what you might call its traditional red wall base, which predominantly voted for Brexit, but according to the polls, don't think that that's necessarily going that well. They think that it's kind of tied up with the poor economic performance of the UK. And so Labour thinks there might be a space to start talking about not fundamentally changing the relationship, not rejoining the customs union or the single market, but having some kind of additional deals which might take the edge off some of the economic damage of Brexit. And it thinks it can offer those up without alienating red wall voters because they have also felt the economic effects of leaving.